Hello everybody and welcome to the US Session Brief. We're on Friday the 21st of April 2023 and let's tackle these US markets today. Happy Friday, of course. Remember, today is OPEX. We have a few major earnings: Procter & Gamble, Schlumberger, SAP and FCX. US equity futures a little bit weaker as we head into the New York Open in around about an hour's time from now, along with BTC, oil and gold. Yields slightly weaker as well, so bonds have a very slight bid. Over in Asia, equities finished lower across the region today. Losses greatest in China, where IT stocks fell sharply. Australia's ASX was down as well. Hang Seng was down. In fact, Hong Kong with the worst of it in the afternoon session. In Europe, European equity markets lower after closing mostly lower as well yesterday. Healthcare and utilities lead. Basic resources and construction metals lag. Eurozone PMIs hit an 11-month high amid a services rebound. UK consumer confidence rose to the highest level since the Ukraine invasion. Interesting, just come at a time when inflation is still above 10%. UK retail sales dropped after 2 months of gains, having some balance to that inflation print the other day. In Americas, Philadelphia's Fed's Harker says additional tightening may be needed to ensure policy is restricted enough. Cleveland's Fed Mester sees the end of a tightening cycle, while Atlanta Fed's Bostich says still one and done on rate hike, so one more rate hike and then done essentially. Tesla has raised US prices for its Model S and X premium electric vehicles after a slew of price cuts for other models this year. And that's about it. Let's have a look at what we've got on the economic calendar today. I'm just trying to refresh my memory, but I don't think there was much happening. No, that's right. We've had some retail sales out of Canada, but more importantly in the US, we've got some PMIs. So the same services PMIs that we had, services and manufacturing PMI that we had out of the Eurozone that hit 11 months highs today. We've got coming out of the US shortly. So that leads me on nicely to having a look at the markets then and where we are trading. As I said, US equity futures slightly lower, but to be honest, it's a really flat week so far. Where were we at the start of the week? I'm on the H4 time frame here, so I might just have to try and find it. I think here we were 17th. Is that right? Yes, 17th sounds about right. Yeah, we were 17th, so you can see we started the week around about here, and then we were around about here, so 10 points lower on the week, and you can see the trading range has been next to nothing, so really quiet. You can see we're at this pretty interesting point now where we've come into what is the current yearly highs, but also quite heavy horizontal resistance. We just haven't had a catalyst really to break through that whatsoever yet, and it's just got a little bit choppy there, and dollar yen is just in a turning point off the rising channel highs, the top of this rising channel, horizontal level being 13532, so you can see we've just entered that area and rejected off there, and then that's pushing lower as we speak back into that 13350 level. And on oil, it's been quite an interesting week. We've seen a pretty volatile week actually, some pretty intense moves lower after trying to break to the upside of the 82.30 handle last week, just weren't able to secure it. Bit of a false breakout in the end. Inside bar breakout to the downside, several lower closes in a row, and when oil moves to the downside, we know that it can really get going, and a lot of leverage longs likely taken out below the 80 level, and you can see now trading down into the 76.20 level, which I suggested might be a target. We've just seen a bounce around 30 points above that level. Gold pretty flat on the week, very mixed trading at the minute. We are down on the day today. We've threatened to the downside on a few days this week though, and we have been able to find a bounce around this area, from 1780 down to where we were on Wednesday, which was 1980 down to 1970. So between 1980 and 1970 looks quite key moving forward in terms of support, but that 2000 level, as expected, proving to be a nice line in the sand for some mean reversion around this week, it must be said. There's not too much more else for me to add today, so I'll leave it there. In terms of earnings, I'm not expecting any of those guys I mentioned, SAP, Schlumberger, P&G, to really be market moving. So yeah, any further discussion could be around Tesla today. It's been a pretty interesting 24 to 48 hours for Tesla. And yeah, if there's any updates, I'll post it inside the chat room. Thanks for listening and all the best of your trading. Bye for now.